You totally ruined my pew pew pew. You totally ruined my pew pew pew.
I'm always ruining your pew pew pew.
Totally just.
Well, look, you got a cup in your mouth. Like, it's right there. It's in your mouth. Oh, now you're going to knock me out of the way.
Now it ain't in my mouth no more.
Mm-hmm.
Mama grows, mama grows, mama grows.
Putting up nice stock for the next festival.
Okay, so we got the AC on. So if you guys are having an issue hearing us, please let us know.
Hey, Bonterre, what's up?
And you just took that away from me too. I was like, hey, no, Bonterre.
I'm in charge of seeing all the people. Gemini's in here too. I'm
got
home
man
alive. Yay. That means my butterfly box
Now,
is secure.
I was going to say, the better question is did the butterfly box make it home alive? I enjoyed that so much that I watched that again today.
Oh, look. Rolling Homestead and Wild Edibles in Wisconsin. Hello, Big Bear Homestead raid from Mimsy's Garden.
What's up?
I have a message for you, Jason. You're doing it wrong.
Always. Always.
If you're doing it right, there's something wrong anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, Mimsy.
Yep, there's Sonia Mental Health.
Okay, Mimsy's got it.
What'd she say?
Read
I'm
it.
on a live stream sending everyone over till you're done. Letting mine run for the
Okay,
hours.
so let's go ahead. All right. Hello, busy little house. Homestead in the Highlands. Chip Signal. Incense Shop. Geeky Gardens. Anita. Nanda. Rolling Homestead and Wild Edibles in the house. Mama Grows. Mama
Hey,
Grows. Duncan. 1900. Sonia.
The Height
Mortal
of the
Kombat.
Homestead. That's
Mimsy's
cool.
Garden. Gemini Homestead. Life with Linda. D.
Yeah, oh, I love her.
Dave Northwater. That's a new one.
No, not a new one.
Okay, well, he said Anna said it, so hello.
No, he's been in our stream before.
Well, I'm sorry. New to me.
Woohoo, he remembered me.
Not
Not new.
See, y'all done made me lose my place. The Hive and the Homestead. Hello. That's a new one. I would have remembered that one.
Says the guy with short-term memory loss. I would remember that.
So.
Not new. I want a butterfly box.
I got a
y'all,
butterfly box.
It doesn't take much to distract Jason. No. Squirrel.
Teresa Dean. So, guys, we have a guest with us tonight. And no, it's not the cup underneath my chin that Robin so blatantly wanted to point out. Introduce the guests. I introduced the last ones.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No.
Yes, I did.
So, this is actually kind of cool. Mark and Mitzi, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. So Mark and Mitzi from Wanderlust Homesteaders. That's their channel.
Mm-hmm.
But Mitzi also has her own channel,
That's right.
which is
Mama Mitzi.
Mama Mitzi.
Mhm.
So you've probably seen both of their names in our chat and maybe a few videos here or there. Y'all are still kind of working on how you want to do your channels, correct?
Yep.
So any feedback or any suggestions would be greatly appreciated, but we're going to talk to them a little bit about, because we've been talking with them yesterday and then again today about some of their background, and they have a lot of experience. They remind me, when I talk to them, they remind me a lot of you. They come from background upon
Hold on.
background.
Hold on. Hold up.
What? Crazy Critters Place Dreamers. That's a cool name.
No. Because they don't root for a wannabe football team. So there is no way that can remind you.
I still love you.
They could remind you of somebody that roots for a tiger. Hang on.
But they have a lot. They have bees and an old tractor. Yep. See, stop it, Jason. Dee's like my mama. I love her. But not like, she basically is my mama. But yeah, so go dogs. Just gotta say that real quick. But they're actually on the South Carolina side, so they might be, their proclivity might not be to. No.
Should we let them all know our secret?
What are you? What? Who do you root for?
We don't really root for anybody.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. We didn't really root for anybody either until our son just became obsessed with Georgia football, and so. Can somebody link the channels? Yeah, if somebody could grab their links and put them up there.
Kitty will get it. Kitty will get it. Kitty
Wanderlust, what is your tractor? What kind of tractor?
An 8N.
So he has
1948.
There you go. 1948 8N. Cool. I'm working on it.
I don't. I'm happy that you come out and said that, because I was getting ready to be a little bit nervous that you were going to come out and say somebody crazy like Auburn or Alabama, and I was about to be like, get out.
Get out.
Just get out.
No.
And then it was going to be like, go to their channel, thumbs down every single one of their videos.
No, you would not. No.
Something like the Huskies or the Cougars wouldn't bother you.
No.
Huskies.
And I told him, look, when I accidentally left my cheesecake from Sherry at Jeremiah's place.
Yes.
We were all the way in Mississippi when I remember. And I was like, turn around. We are going back, and she wouldn't let me do it. Well, they started talking about it on a live stream, and I guess it was Two Families live stream where Ben was on it, and we were talking, and Jeremiah called in, and then I called in. Ben got up and went and got a big honking slice of my cheesecake and sat down and started eating it. I'm on the phone. I told everybody, if you love me, you will go to VW Family Farm and thumbs down every one of his videos.
That's funny.
They ragged me for that for a long, long time.
So, let's see. The job played with Gemini against Reed, what you said was hilarious. Yeah, it was good. It was so funny.
That was absolutely hilarious.
We loved that. That was great.
You done brought the devil in my house.
Well, what I thought was hilarious about that whole thing is she was coming down on Georgia like we idolized this dog and everything. And then if you listen to her live stream, they were talking about she has an entire room that is just LSU and has a stuffed tiger in there. Then she pulls out her purse, and she's got a purse that's a gold tiger. And I'm like, wait, so you have a gold tiger for a purse, and we're the ones that idolize the bulldog. Hold on, let me make sure I get this straight real quick.
Food Forest promo code.
So
How you doing,
I'm
buddy?
going to give her a really hard time about that the next time I see her. I was like, wait, hold up a minute. And you bringing out the golden calf right now. Like, it's a little much.
So, we met these guys. Well,
Sorry,
really,
it's
they
Tennessee Orange and White. Yes.
they came to us from Single Dad, right?
Yeah.
From Single Dad. They found us through Single Dad Homesteading. And they first commented on one of our Swarm Trap videos. And you were telling me about the association meeting,
Right.
and it happened to be that day.
Yeah, you had said it to us, and I was like, well, when is it? And I looked at it, and I was like, it's today, crap!
And then you guys have just been very active in our chats and on the things, and you guys invited us to come over to hang out with the 4th of July, and we got so busy here and had to go get what did we have to go out in town for? We ended up spending
Bye, Cheryl.
way too much time in town, which we didn't even get back home
Till super late.
late. And so we met up last night
Last night.
for coffee,
Uh-huh.
and
it basically shut down Starbucks. Like that. Like I have never.
They were kicking us out the door. They were sweeping, looking at us like,
get out. Yeah, so we basically shut down the Starbucks. That was fun.
this is the first time I've ever done that. Shut down a coffee house.
Yep. And so then we did that, we talked to them, and we were like, well, our live stream's tomorrow. If you want to come over,
Come on over.
come on over.
Come on over.
So we've been just kind of hanging out, trading stories, and kind of getting to know each other. Because it's always nice when you start finding community, you know, close by that you can kind of rely on people back and forth for,
Yeah.
you know, information and help.
Well, it's great to be able to swap things. Like you guys had a bumper crop of garlic
Mm-hmm.
and that real fancy cucumber.
Armenian cucumber. It is. Like, y'all, I was getting excited. I thought it was a loofah at first. I was like,
They
I was
brought
all kinds of excited.
They
I was
brought
like,
that in the house, and I was like, I thought we bonded last night. I thought I expressed how much loofahs I have falling out of my ear last night. Why you bring it? And they were like, it's a cucumber.
it's an Armenian cucumber. It's massive. It's like,
You could play lacrosse
it's very big.
with that cucumber.
But they're good.
Yeah, so we're going to try it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Definitely
try
check
it.
it out and see if we
And
like
so
it.
then we're sending them home with, imagine this, loofah seeds, mystery okra seeds,
Uh-huh. Borletto beans.
Borletto beans, seeds, and
Some of the melons.
a bunch of the melon seeds.
Yep.
Did I say loofah? I say loofah seeds.
So next year,
Some
when
tomatoes.
we're neck
Tomatoes.
high in loofahs, and we're going to say, I thought we bonded.
No, we're going to be like, we told you.
Told you one at a time and give the rest to friends.
One plant. That's all you need. Yeah. So your background, y'all have been several places.
Yeah. That's where the name comes from.
There you go. So where did you start? You started
The first homestead was in
Washington State.
in Washington State. Okay.
Sumas, Washington, which is by how the crow flies, about 4 miles from the Canadian border.
Wow, that close.
Up by, real close to Bellingham. There's a Alaska ferry that stops in there and leaves there. It goes up to Alaska, so it's right on the Puget Sound there.
Nice.
Where we live is up on a hill. We have 5 acres. I cleared some trees out. We were probably 30 miles from the water,
from the bay.
from the bay,
Nice.
and we were up high enough and there was nothing in the way. When the sun set, we could see it reflecting off the water,
Mm-hmm.
and we could see Vancouver Island from our place. I mean, it was
gorgeous.
Wow.
awesome view. We had awesome
Yeah.
sunsets. So.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then you went from there to
Eastern Washington.
Eastern Washington.
Eastern Washington.
Then we went from that first homestead was not quite 5 acres, right? And then we bought property over in Eastern Washington, Tenasket, Washington, and that was 40 acres. So we went from
Wow.
not quite
Little
5
bit.
to 40 acres.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was huge. That's where we did most of our learning.
Well,
It's amazing when you
Why
have
does
that
it seem
much
like
space.
there's a big funny story there? Because you couldn't even say that without giggling.
When you go from Sumas, Washington, which you get 70 plus inches of rain a year, to Tenasket, Washington, where you get less than 15.
It's
inches
considered
of
high
rain a year.
desert.
High desert,
Oh.
wood cactus.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't know nothing about homesteading anymore.
No, I don't imagine you do. It's crazy within the same state that it would be that drastic of a difference. Because when somebody says Washington to me, I immediately think of 70 inches. Yeah. I mean, I think of rain constantly. So for you to be still in Washington and it be like a drought situation compared to what
Yeah.
you're in, that
Yeah.
definitely, that'll flip the script on everything. And now
You
you
know-
don't know anything.
You know what I think of every time I hear you, Washington State?
Your ex-wife.
No. 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 Wow.
I love you, honey.
What's that guy that we used to watch? That he always used to yoish.
Yeah, the one. Well, I think of Heidi because Heidi and Patrick are out there in Washington. But I can't think of Mick something.
I don't know. He's always running around.
Yeah, the one that was. The dreaded. Nope, not that not that one. McDodge, that's it.
McDodge,
Yeah.
Mick Dodge.
Yeah,
Thank you.
McDodge.
old
I knew it was Mick something.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason.
See, now,
now
where,
you
we
have my
were,
sympathy.
where we were in Washington State on the eastern side is where my brain is drawing a blank. There's another homesteader YouTuber there.
Rain Country?
No.
No, she's on the.
Oh, she.
Oh, the one in by Walla Walla.
She's up by menopause brain.
Happens.
It's
a real thing.
Oh my
Hashtag
goodness.
real struggle.
I can't think of it.
I can't think of it.
I don't.
Washington State's
sorry.
Washington State's on my bucket list. I want to at least go there to visit. Like
His ex-wife.
Montana.
Just kidding.
She lives in Virginia now.
Oh, see, so he still keeps up tabs on her. Elliott Homestead.
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes. Thank
There you
you.
go, there you
Thank
go.
you. Elliott Homestead. We were, within really close driving distance
Oh,
of that.
cool.
Where
Okay.
she is. So you kind of see where she is, and sometimes she'll show you the view from her house up there. Well, that's similar to what we were. We were a little higher up and not a little, but a lot less trees. But the fruit growing area of
I got you.
Washington State, Maine. They're on my bucket lists to go and visit.
Visit.
Washington.
Not live, visit.
You would probably like Washington State.
I think. Well, one of the things I said when we
I mean,
moved
is
out here.
McDreamy still there?
One of the things I said when we moved out here reminds me of Washington State with all the green, the trees.
It's
and
a lot greener, yeah. It's very lush.
Mhm.
What's,
Not as
do
many
you get
mountains,
snow
but-
up there?
Yeah.
He wants to move somewhere.
I
where
had
there's
my
snow.
fill of snow.
When
We
we
would
were
get snowed in.
When we were in Sumas, we were 50 miles from Mount Baker, which one year when we were up there, they had the world record snowfall at the lodge up at Mount Baker.
Wow.
They had over 50 feet of snow one winter.
Nice.
We got in Tenasket, we would get snowed in. He'd go to work, he'd have the 4x4 and he'd go to work, and then we'd get dumped on with snow, and I couldn't go anywhere. And then, it's dark by the time he gets home, and it's too late for him to try and plow it out.
Yeah.
So all week long, he could go to work, but I was stuck.
Stuck, yeah.
And it was like you get cabin fever after a while, and you get sick of snow after a while.
See,
Well,
that's
did
what
anyway.
yeah. No,
Did you have to wear snowshoes? Like the tennis
You
rackets?
did.
on?
I had,
You did.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, we it's been since we've moved up here. I think it was maybe that first the first winter after, was it first or second winter after we've been up here when it froze and got nasty.
It was, second one.
We were up here and it rained and it snowed and then it froze and it was really bad. And I was working 80 miles from here, and so I was having to make the commute. Well, it was over Valentine's Day week, and they had everybody shut down because you can't drive on the roads. We're not prepared for it,
Look, 5 people get dandruff around here and they close schools.
So for this was like a no-go. I mean, nobody was out on the roads, and so they finally got everything under control. Well, I worked for Arby's, and I was a manager there, and so it was pretty big. Everybody, all hands on deck, need to be at the shop to get everything back up and running and get everybody going. Well, Jason drove me down in the truck. We get down there, and I couldn't even get in the door because it was packed. And then Jason was like, I'm just going to stay in the lobby just to make sure that nobody's acting stupid. And I'll just hang out. Well, we were slammed. It was ridiculous. And Jason was just sitting in the lobby and he overheard people
Then they didn't eat since it started.
They hadn't eaten because they
wow.
lost power. Like power lines went down because they froze
wow.
and broke. And people were complaining. Listen to this. People were complaining that they were losing their food because the power was going out and the refrigerators, their food was spoiling.
It's how cold outside.
And my husband's like,
I literally looked at it and
it's
said,
30 degrees outside. Why are you not taking everything outside and letting it stay out there? Like, are
so
you
why
kidding
didn't you
me?
just put it in the cooler, put it outside?
And one of the things that we always thought was crazy is all these people that would get prepped, ready for something like this. And what's the one thing that everybody always forgets? A can opener that doesn't work on electricity. I'm telling you, people will have cans out the wazoo and no can opener. They go to open up a can and they're like, I can't open it. I mean, like for real.
Oh.
And we have people that are like, you know, I have all these cans, but I just realized I don't even have a can opener that will work without power.
It said 35 cents at Walmart. Go get you
I
like
mean,
6
come
of them right
on.
now.
Yeah, a hammer and a screwdriver. Like, people weren't even thinking about, you know,
The Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
They're only $1.
it was ridiculous. Like,
It's ridiculous.
so Dee says, Doc got lost walking to the mailbox down the driveway when they lived in Minnesota. I can believe that. Everyone can open a can with a knife. Everyone can, but it's a matter of knowing that you can, and that is the problem. The problem is there are so many people out there that have absolutely no clue. And we sat and listened story after story of people who were starving, waiting for stores to get power again because their food had spoiled.
I mean, you would sit back and watch the way that these people were eating, and
You knew they hadn't eaten.
you would think that you were in a third world country
Swear
and they
to
just
you.
did a food drop.
I'd never seen anything like that. I mean, I was glad that he stayed because there was a lot of tension. People, like if somebody cut in line, I mean, it was it was
But
ridiculous.
it's crazy. They had a video I watched where they put like college students in a room with a can and a manual can opener.
Mm-hmm.
And it took them the longest time to get that can open.
Uh-huh.
They've never
Had
used
no
it
idea.
before. They couldn't figure out how to use it.
Yeah.
Well, and Giga Garden says I keep a P38 on each of my keychains. We just got those for our.
We didn't get good ones. We got little cheap ones, but the next time that we go to Greenville and we can hit that Army Navy store,
Yeah, we're gonna get
I'm
some.
gonna get some of the old metal issued ones.
Yeah, and a Leatherman. And but again, what I'm was more concerned about is all of you know you would have no problem. You would start moving your food outside. You know, you would do. You know, you wouldn't have a problem with it. But my point is that we are the minority when it comes to, especially this newest generation that's coming out. If it is like somebody said, if the Wi-Fi is not working, you know, they don't know what's going on with their lives. Lay the can flat on the cement and roll back and forth, and the lid will fall off. Exactly.
Yeah.
How long was the power out? 2 days. That was it. Maybe 3.
It was 3 or 4, yeah. So
Maybe 3. Yeah.
what do you feel was your hardest lesson that you had to learn about this lifestyle to date?
Hardest lesson.
Well, I think the biggest disappointment is homesteading today is not what it was in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot go out and just get land and be self-sufficient. It's, I don't know, maybe it's possible, but for us, there's no way we could do it. There has to be an income coming in. I mean, we just don't have the skills anymore and the resources that they did back then. So you can't be self-sufficient like what they used to gave them.
And they didn't have the government trying to dip into their
Yeah.
pockets with property
Yeah.
tax
And
then
all the
county tax
restrictions.
and all the restrictions.
Restrictions.
You can't open up, well, like miners, people who go out and bring them food and sell them food and
Mhm.
all sorts of stuff. Well,
Yeah.
that would be totally taboo now. You'd have to have numerous
All your
permits
licenses and permits and
everything.
You'd spend more money on licenses and stuff like that than you would the money that you would bring in. If you guys get cold, just reach out there
Oh, no, I'm fine.
at the plug and hit that circuit breaker part right there, and it'll cut it off.
Hunting seasons and
laws,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the way it used to be. And then the other thing on the other side of it is the thing that irritates me is the definition of what life is supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, my 13-year-old does not have a telephone, her own phone. She does not have Facebook yet. She doesn't have, she just got a computer, and that's only supposed to be for school. Otherwise, she wouldn't even have that. In a lot of people's eyes, I'm neglecting my child. That is neglect to some people. And so I think, and Chris is an example of this. He's off grid. Well, depending on who you are, your definition of off grid can be totally different.
Totally different.
So
yeah.
some people, their mentality of what off grid looks like is destitute, no working water, no this, no that. You're doing it because you can't afford it, whatever. There's this idea that off grid is synonymous with rough living
Poverty, yeah.
and poverty. And it's not always the case. Now, there are going to be some cases like that, but that's not always the case. And so that's the problem, is that the idea of how people are supposed to live now, if you live outside of that, you might look destitute, or you look like you're
We got that a lot.
poverty stricken. We had to fight that with Jason's parents for the longest time, because they thought we were just doing what we were doing because we couldn't afford, like for a while there, they thought we were homeschooling our kids because we couldn't afford to put them in good clothes to send them to school. Are you serious?
But when we were in Eastern Washington, we were actually off grid,
We were off grid.
for 4.5 years.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah. And we were off. Well, it kind of was. We couldn't afford power because it was a mile down the road.
Right.
And we would have. It was over $16,000 just to bring in electricity.
To get the power poles up
And
and
so
to have
it was
them.
a lot cheaper to get a few solar panels and an inverter. We had a well dug, we had running water, we had a refrigerator, we had a freezer, we had lights. I mean, flushing toilets, we had everything anybody else had.
Yeah. And that's the thing that irritates me.
But we were off grid, so we didn't have the monthly payment going out.
Yeah.
I eventually would like to get off grid here, and it's just because I want the freedom.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
talking about it with the next homestead on doing that. We want to
I want to get back. off grid.
go back to it.
Because it's getting more and more dangerous out there. You are starting to witness things, and social media doesn't help. Because anybody with a cell phone now is taking video cameras. And you know how you've always got that one bad apple that will spoil the bunch. And came up on Blaze, my son's Facebook feed, I guess it was a week or so ago. Blaze wants to go into law enforcement. He just doesn't know exactly where he wants to be.
What part of it?
He's tried being in the jail, but in small town USA, there's the good old boy system. And he was raised with a stronger work ethic than the people that were in charge at a lot of these jails. And so he was talking with Chris, and we kind of got him on a path so where he can go federal.
Oh wow.
But he brought it in. I say all that to say that we support law enforcement in this house. But there was this one cop that pulled over an ambulance. Pulled over an ambulance that had a patient in the back and took locked the paramedic up and put him in the back of the car. Because they did basically a California roll through a stop sign.
Oh.
And it's because they didn't have the lights, they didn't have the siren on.
Their sirens on.
But they had the lights on, but they didn't have the siren.
Well, okay, my
Yes,
brother,
sir. Seen it. Have had it done, but not arrested. Yeah, Teresa was
Paramedic.
Paramedic.
My brother-in-law is a paramedic.
Yeah.
And he says a lot of times you could not use the siren because it upset the patient so much it could kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's valid reasons why.
Good night, Howie.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that we were, before Blaze totaled my truck, we were on our way to the store. This guy come out of nowhere. And, I mean, he got right up on top of me. Now, I'm in a Ford F-350 Super Duty.
You're not going anywhere.
Dually.
You're not outrunning anybody.
And so, when it breaks right here and it goes into 2 lanes, right up here by the guidestones, I went over into the right lane, waved him on by. He was like in a big hurry.
No, he was pulling over.
He stayed up on me, so I went out into the left lane again to let him go by that way. He kept coming with me, and eventually he finally came up beside us and ran us off the road. And started coming at us. I had to draw on him. Robin's on the phone with 911. I was able to get him to a point where I could get out and around him and go, and made it all the way up to the gas station. Waited for a few minutes. He came up there. We left. Went towards Anderson. Went to Anderson. Got the stuff that we needed to get. And on our way back, the state patrol finally called us to take our statement.
Well, but they had caught him. They were just waiting to get our statement. But they caught him up in the they caught him up at the McDonald's up at the end in Hartwell. And
they went, from our understanding from the state trooper, which was a mountain of a man.
He got out of the car, and the car was like, whew. He's a big dude. He's like almost 7 feet tall.
And he said that basically we got him, and he tried to get rough, and so we had to place him in the back of the car. And
hate it when that happens.
But still, it took that long for just a phone call. What happened if I wouldn't have been carrying? Because this dude was supposedly jacked up on some stuff.
He was on meth.
We would have been rolling around for a while, and I'm getting to the point now that I don't leave my homestead unless I have to, and we don't really go anywhere unless we're going to meet folks, or we're going to somebody's house, or if we're going and we go there and we come back. And it's getting to the point now that I want to be off grid, so then that way I don't even have to worry about anybody. There's no reason for anybody really to come here, and unless they get invited, because people are always going to be people, and if you ask every generation, people were always crazy. But now I think they have more of a platform to stand on.
Right.
Then I think that makes them crazier. And I think it makes them more dangerous now than it did when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s. You still had your pedophiles, and you still had your murderers and your rapists and your burglars and carjackers and everything like that. But now it has seemed like our moral compass went from
Hey, Mama.
almost to the middle to laying down there in Satan's land, and they are getting more backing
Attention.
than the rest of us are. You know, because it seems like anybody's got to say anything anymore as well. I was offended, that's why I behaved that way. And there's no consequence with it.
Well, look at the whole Betsy Ross flag thing on the shoes. You have one guy come out and say, I think people could be offended by that, and they pull the shoes, like, no questions asked, just do it. I mean, it was, just don't do it. What was the name of the town where you lived in Eastern?
Tenasket.
Tenasket. Somebody asked about it. I was just about to say that no consequences of their behavior exactly. I don't care if I offended you. That's all on you. Walk away. Nothing to see here. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, though. I'm super excited about. I don't know if y'all have seen it in the news. There is a company out of Savannah. It's a veteran-owned company called 9 Line Apparel.
Wow.
And they have done a shirt that has the Betsy Ross flag on it, and it says like victory or something like that. But he's been all over the place talking about, and you know, we're not affiliated with them or anything, even though I want to definitely like reach out to them, maybe go down to, it's going to give me a reason to go down to Savannah to go see that. But they look like it's an awesome platform that he's using. I follow them on Instagram. I think they also feel like they've got Twitter. I don't know about YouTube.
And see, Mama Old Ways, she says another reason to be off grid is so that the power company can't turn off your power because they're
low on power.
Running low on power.
Yeah.
Yep.
If y'all do Savannah, let me know. Okay. Yeah, well, I saw a tattoo shop that is by first responders for first responders. Yeah, I mean, and these shirts that he's got some really cool shirts that he's selling. He's got a website and everything, but there's some really neat things on there.
So you guys were in Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
What brought you all the way to the East Coast?
I know. Then they went to
We went to
yeah.
Arizona.
Then they were in Arizona.
That's still West Coast.
Yeah.
What
right.
made you cross the Mississippi? I mean, I know we're more normal over here on this side.
Well, our typical answer is God.
There you go. Hey, that's the answer to everything.
It was a long journey. That's how I was injured at work. Slipped off the roof. I stepped on a roof. Had black ice on it. And went all the way down to the ground on the blacktop. Shattered my leg. I was off work for a year.
Wow.
And it was right about the time when the housing industry went down. And
He's in construction.
I'm in construction, and so about the time I'm getting healed, there's no work anywhere. And we had our house we were living in, and we also had 2 city lots that we owned. And instead of losing everything, we decided to put them both up for sale and see what sold. Well, our house sold.
Nice.
So we had two lots, and we found a motorhome, an old motorhome. Jumped in the motorhome in a travel trailer. One of our sons was in a travel trailer, and one was in the motorhome with us. It was a small motorhome. And we had power pole hooked up, so we had power there. And we rented one of the worksite outhouses up there, so they couldn't say anything about us not having.
So we were displaced for a while, living in a motorhome.
And so we got to thinking, okay, what are we going to do?
Right.
And we were looking at repos, and there's 2 areas where they had the most repos. One was Las Vegas, Nevada,
Of course.
and one was Phoenix, Arizona. Well, we've been to Las Vegas once, and
Not for you.
we weren't going to live there. So we made a trip down to Phoenix, 3 different places there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this one place, it was actually a real good deal. This was out in Buckeye, 30 miles from Phoenix. It was just not what we were. I mean, say the people that were there before used very bright colors on the walls inside. I mean,
Oh, wow.
I mean that was basically what turned us off from it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't the house, the shape, where it was located, or anything.
It was only 4 years old.
Right.
It was only a 4-year-old house. And
But
we
the
got to thinking
colors.
about it.
Aztec looks.
What's the matter with it? Well,
Uh-huh.
the only thing the matter with it was visual. You know?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, all we have to do is put paint on it.
Right.
And so we actually put an offer on it. Got a job down there, or got the place
House
there.
on there. Uh-huh.
So we moved down there.
But we bought it cash out. We didn't have a loan or anything. So
Mm.
We
it
got
was-
cash out because we had sold our house. So.
That was
Gotcha.
one of the reasons why we were looking for bank repossessions, was
Right.
because the price was so low that we would be able to buy it for cash, and then we wouldn't have to
Mortgage
worry about the
payment.
mortgage
Right.
payment.
Work was hard to find down there. I did get work, but it was just, we've been there for 3 years, a little over 3 years. Actually moved into Phoenix after less than a year. And we were wondering, do we stay here because we were in the city? We could grow a couple
was-
vegetables in the backyard.
Yeah,
That was about it.
I tried doing the urban homestead thing there while we were there, and well, he did too. Anyway, we did the urban homestead thing where we were growing things like the planters out front. We used to grow okra and things out there, and but everybody would walk by, they'd be like, "Ooh, okra," and,
Yeah,
you
it
know. But and then too, Phoenix in itself, trying to grow, you go from like Washington State to Phoenix, Arizona, and you're trying to grow food. It's like, you know, where's you know, all the rain and
Right.
So I have a question. Living in Phoenix, Arizona, did you ever meet what's her name? The survival mama whatever. She was on the show Doomsday Preppers, and then that other guy that turned his pool into a big aquaponic system.
What was her name? Lisa something,
We-
wasn't it?
There was Weedham and Reef is there too, is in that area too.
Yeah.
But we never met them or anything. We weren't really into YouTube at that time,
Yeah.
so we just, you know, had I known that I could have gotten all kinds of great information off of YouTube for homesteading,
Right.
trying to do the urban homesteading thing, we probably, because the part of Phoenix we were in, you could have chickens.
Mm-hmm.
You could have, what was it, rabbits? I mean, you could have the small livestock there. But I just didn't know, you know,
Right,
for
didn't know enough
that
about
area
it.
where, you know, what is the best way to do these things, you know. But, you know, I hadn't known at that time that YouTube
Well,
was,
it's like back when we started, there was no homesteading channels on YouTube. I mean, we were really the first one.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
And so we had to learn everything through the School of Hard Knocks, and some of them were very
it's
expensive.
like us too.
The
you know.
learning how to milk a cow, hand milk a cow was like a nightmare, and we spent hours trying to find something on YouTube and could not find a thing. So as soon as we had it licked and we figured it out, we made a video so it could be out there.
That's our largest viewed video.
And of course, we get comments, people trying to be backseat drivers telling you what you're doing wrong. But you know what? At the end of the day,
I got the
You
milk
get
in
the
the
milk
bucket.
we got the milk in the bucket, and nobody ever got sick.
Yeah,
So I don't
yeah.
want to hear it.
But to continue on our
What's
journey,
up, Chris? We were just talking about
Is
you a minute
Chris
ago.
on?
Yeah, he's
Hi,
Chris.
Chris.
But I had a job north of town. This was after we've been praying about whether we stay or move and where to go. And went out and did a job, and I was heading back into town from up north. And Phoenix sits down in a bowl with mountains around it. And they got the big airport there, all the planes going in and out of there. And when I was coming in, you could not see Phoenix.
The small was
You could
so
see
bad.
the tops of some of the buildings and the tops of the mountains. and it was smogged in. I go, we're moving.
Yeah, we need to get out of
I'm
here.
killing my family here.
At that time, I was just starting to come down with symptoms of osteoarthritis, and I was struggling with my health with adrenal fatigue, thyroid problems, and he knew that he had to get me out of there in order for me to heal.
Wow.
So yeah.
Are you serious?
They're streaming.
He says we're live streaming me watching your live stream. Go figure.
Who's that?
Wave to us. Hello.
Who's all with you, Chris? Who's all with you? Let me guess. Hi, two family. Hi, Broussards. Go Dogs.
Reap what you sow.
Who else could be? Oh, hi, Mimsy's Garden.
Yep, Mimsy's Garden. Is Elin there? It's still time for Elin to be
Nick
awake.
Landon.
Hi, Elin.
Nick Landon's and Clay Banker down there.
Yeah, there's quite a
Part-time permies in the
What's up?
house.
No, he's not. I just checked. Anyway, what's up, Doug? So anyway, went from Arizona, and then what made you? So what happened after that?
Well, she had a friend.
Yeah.
Facebook
Well,
friend.
he had decided that we were going to move. He says,
Mhm.
we're moving. We'll figure it out. We're going to move. And so that same week, God brought this guy. What was it? He called a number or something about the man who bought the house.
Oh,
They
just,
were looking-
we buy ugly houses. Sign.
Yeah. And the thing was is that, he was, really excited about it. And so, it was in the process of being sold, and we said, oh my word, we got to figure out where we're going to go. Because it was in the process of being sold.
Wow.
That was all in the first week after he decided we were going to move.
Wow.
And so we were like, well, we don't want to be displaced again. We've
Right.
been through that. We don't,
Don't
want
want
to
to do
go
that
there
again. Yeah.
And so I have a friend who lives.
Bye, Chris.
I have a friend who lives in the Toccoa area.
Okay.
And I'd known her, for quite a few years from Facebook,
Mhm.
And, she was saying, hey, there's some affordable stuff out here, And so we thought, I've always wanted to see the South, and and I said, well, what can it hurt?
Let's just
What
go.
can it hurt? Yeah.
Mhm.
So we came down here, and we were looking over in the Toccoa area.
That's close to where Blaze was working when he was over at the jail. He was in Franklin County.
We saw a few things we liked there, but Mark, that first day after looking, we got back to the hotel room, and then Mark got on the internet and was looking for, within a certain mileage of Toccoa what's for sale, and then a bunch of things popped up in the Seneca, South Carolina area.
There's a lot of
So-
building going on that way. Yeah.
So we thought, well, let's look at a few things over there,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's.
So that's how we got our claws in. That's how the
But it was just.
Oh, well, thank you, Chip.
Hey,
We just felt like
there
we
it
came
is.
home.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was about to say, come on now.
There
Thank
he
you,
gets
Chip.
He gets a pole dance.
Oh, they did
It's a bear dancing, scratching his back up against the tree. So Seneca is a really nice area. It's growing up very well. You kind of got into a nice area
Yeah.
before it kind of.
Well, let me ask you this: with Seneca growing the way that it's growing, is there a line in your sand that when you're going to say it's getting too big?
Oh, it's happened. It's happened.
Well, that's why we bought this other property.
So, yeah,
up in
so that's the-
Westminster. Well, it's past Westminster. It's
Yeah.
kind of, in the
out
boondocks
closer
out
to
there.
almost along Creek.
Yeah, got our own little holler
Okay.
out there.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's
We got- Go ahead.
that's what, like 7 acres.
7 acres.
Acres out that way, and
Okay.
it needs a lot of work, but it's got a lot of potential, and we said, you know what, we can't do that. I don't want to do this anymore. It's just, I want to go back out in the boonies. Let's just go cover our heads in the sand out in the boonies, and
I mean, and just a little background, Seneca is in part of my sales territory, so I'm there once a month, so I get to see the progress that happens every month. Oh
Life
my
from the
god.
table full. How you doing?
Oh my gosh, the size of the Starbucks
Mm-hmm.
in that
That's how you can
area.
judge how well a town is growing.
They built
if they got a
it.
Starbucks and how big it is.
It wasn't something that they overtook the building. They built this, and it is massive. I have never seen a Starbucks so big. And I imagine it's because all the college students,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that live outside of Clemson probably use it to
Well,
study
there's a lot
lot.
of there's a lot of people who have houses on the lakes,
Uh-huh.
Lake Kiwi and
Kiwi.
Lake Harwell.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's a very much a resort area, and so
Yes.
you get some of these people from Atlanta, Columbia, and that are buying their vacation homes and stuff out there. You know, you're
Oh,
gonna get-
I know. That's where we sell all our granite. Is
Yeah.
everybody building, you know, rebuilding or building a
Yeah.
house out there. So there's multi-million-dollar homes that are out there, you know, right there on the lake.
That's what.
I mean, I
He
sold
built them. He's
I
the one who's building
I
them.
sold a guy that was out on there. His granite bill was $40,000.
Yeah.
Just the rock before anything else. And that was our cost, not what it was once it got cut, installed, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's what Chip says. Chip says if a Starbucks ever comes here, he's
I'm selling and moving.
moving.
Only 3,000 people here at the
Yep.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of our tattletale signs in Grovetown.
Yeah,
Because
when I go back there now,
we drew a line in the sand that they start building past this, we're going to start to look.
now we were fortunate. This property came up before we got to that line, but that line is now
I don't have my phone in here.
way past.
Yeah.
And it is, I mean, and I, you know, that's again is also part of my sales tour territory as well. And I've asked a couple of people when I'm down there about the traffic and how everything is, and what they say is what's scary is that they didn't do the infrastructure. They didn't worry about roads and building before they let everybody build up around the area. So now the problem is it's grown bigger than the roads can handle the traffic.
Exactly.
And so that's something that you have to really worry, you know, seriously worry about.
I don't
Okay,
even-
so right now we are watching
Mimsy's Garden.
people on Mimsy's Garden live stream that are watching us.
On our living
So
stream.
you guys gonna watch us? We gonna watch you back. So wave
Hey,
to
look,
our-
it's Chris. I see Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hey,
He's not.
hey, guy with the greatest dad shirt on. Wave to us.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, man. Wave to us. Wave.
Hello.
Wave. There you go. We can't hear you, but we can see you.
I love you, Robin. I love you too.
Wax on, wax off.
Okay, so anyway, I need to get one of them shirts. Shoot, we can't hear you.
We will in a second. Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna turn it all on? There's Chris.
Chris, table full.
Look,
Chris.
what's he got on his shirt?
I don't know. What you flexing? What you flexing, Chris? Woo. Chris, have you gained weight?
He says he's showing you his guns. His better side is back side.
He's I'm too sexy. I'm too sexy for this live. But somebody needs to cut Chris off.
What is he drinking? What is in his cup? What is in his cup?
I wish to God y'all had gotten here.
We wish we
We
had
wish
been
we
there
coulda
too. Does a Starbucks and a Kroger count? Yes, a Starbucks and a Kroger would count too.
Oh, he's doing his Michael Jackson dancing.
Oh my god! I can't unsee that now. All right, so yeah, we really wish we had been able to be there. It was just too close to. There we are. Yeah, see, that's That's what I want to know. What was in that cup?
This has got to be the first ever live stream where we're watching a live stream that's watching our live stream.
Yeah, I think that's a new one for us. So
This has got to be the first ever live stream where we watch our own live stream.
there you go.
You know, I'm the boss.
Now,
I may screw them up royally, but I like to go first.
everybody needs to get on their smartphone and just come over in our chat and raise the view count up for us.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I want
We're on Big Bear watching y'all live.
Poor keyboard to death. You
Yeah.
won't let me watch y'all. I gotta watch y'all.
Okay, all right, bye. Doug, you mean it?
Okay, so that was kind of cool.
That was different.
But we definitely. Oh look, Heirloom Permaculture's here too. What's up? So yeah, we whose channel were y'all watching? We were watching Mimsy's Garden.
Mimsy's Garden.
Yeah. So they're all in Louisiana for the Bayou Bash,
For the Bayou
and
Bash.
we weren't able to make it to that, but hopefully, I'm thinking next year we're just gonna have to really kind of.
Well, next year, everybody that's down there at the Bayou Bash needs to plan to come here Memorial Day weekend
Yeah.
for our after planting party.
Yeah.
Because by that time, mostly everybody around here has their garden planted,
Mm-hmm.
and it's time that we can just kick off our shoes for
Just for
that
a brief
weekend
moment.
and just relax for a little
Before
bit.
everything starts coming in and weeds start growing.
Right.
So, yeah.
We're gonna have cornhole. We're gonna have a bunch of trivia games,
Mm-hmm.
and we are going to have, hopefully, gonna have a bunch of Baker Creek seeds to give away also.
And I want to do a chicken bingo. Like, I definitely
Yes, a
want to do
chicken
a chicken bingo where you let them walk around and they poop on the number that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally put a chicken in an area and you
Hey, Jason, we got cheesecake.
You know, I thought we bonded at the shindig.
Yeah, cow patty bingo, but we're gonna do chicken because I don't want to deal with the cows, but yeah, so that's what we're gonna do, like a chicken bingo. We're gonna have, I mean, look, if we can do something with one of the piglets, like run a piglet and do a piglet catching
A
contest.
greased piglet
Yeah,
contest.
we'll do some fun stuff that weekend. We might even do, if we've got, and I would think by then we'll have another pig. Maybe we could do like a barbecue, a
Something.
barbecue cook-off or something like that would be fun.
Yeah, as it gets closer, we're gonna do that Eventbrite thing, and if the numbers start to explode, we may go and rent the fairgrounds.
Fairgrounds if we
Because
have
they're
to.
not 5 miles down the road.
Yeah. So
So,
we're definitely
you guys
working on that
start
for next
planning
year.
now.
Yeah. And it's Memorial Day weekend, so
Are we gonna be in town?
Yep.
there you go. So Mimsy's
Sorry,
Garden. We love you.
Appalachian Homestead Conference. We'll make it next year.
A lot of people are saying that.
Oh,
A lot of people are saying that one.
in a mud pit. It was, oh yeah. Jason sent your picture, or just sent you your picture, Jason, on your
Yes.
phone.
That is going to probably be my screensaver for a little while. You guys will definitely start to see it in live streams when she shows up in our live stream.
Oh my gosh.
Again.
Did you see that with Gemini Homestead? She made butterfly houses, and she did one with UGA and one with LSU, but she didn't let them know that she had the LSU one. So she brought Jerry the one with the Georgia Bulldog on it, or the Georgia G on it, and handed it to her, and she about lost it. And then they were like, wait. Oh, that's not the best one. It's being set up for you. Uh-oh. So anyway, it was really funny. So they were talking about how they were going to screenshot her face and send her the picture.
I watched it again today.
Yeah.
I watched it again
He
today.
was giggling and laughing
laughing.
so hard. It was was funny.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so it was about time.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if everybody else that I know of is down there in the bayou.
Yep.
But if you guys want to catch Big Bear Homestead in person, your next opportunity is coming up in August at the Homesteading Live Conference.
Yep.
In Hannibal, Missouri. We will be putting on a workshop there for predator control on the homestead. Now, this conference is limited seating, so it's getting very close to being sold out. The riverboat dinner has already been sold out. So you're going to miss out on that one if you don't already have your tickets.
Really, Jason, I need to make an appointment to visit with y'all.
Yep.
And come on down, you know where we live.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, your next opportunity will be...
Yes, you should come see us, Heirloom.
in Fort Royal, Virginia at the Homesteaders of America Conference, where I will be doing demos all day long for predator control and talking predator control at my vendor booth. And then that's it.
So Mark's going to be there. That's awesome. Brenda Duncan, she's going to be there. Heirloom Permaculture is going to be there. I know that my daughters would be thrilled if you guys showed up because they absolutely love your girls. So, yeah.
No, Josh, I request not to be anywhere near you this year. You stink.
You're making it to Stivers. I don't think we're gonna make it. By the end of October, we'll have done 4 events this year. And I only get a certain amount of vacation time. And the problem is that a lot of these places, I mean, Arkansas was 1,000 miles away. Missouri's going to be 1,000 miles away.
That's what we find too.
Ohio was, 500-600 miles away. Virginia is going to be, so my problem is that every one of these events we're going to is several hundreds of miles away. So not only do I have to take the time off, we can't go in my Prius. So we have to rent a vehicle. We've got, there's a lot of costs we incur. So until we can really start, maybe if I just start selling a lot of soap or you start selling a lot of traps, maybe that could change. But until then.
Okay, Duncan, I will reach out to Nunda and
okay, about
find
the tickets.
out. Yeah.
You can come here in the Prius. I don't trust it right now. And let me tell you, I'm glad we didn't come when we said we were going to try, because then the Prius started acting up. We had a loose gasket somewhere, and I lost oil pressure. That was bad.
Oak Valley Homestead wants to buy some soap.
Well, email me and we'll didn't get it fixed yet. No, we got it fixed. Thank the Lord, we got it fixed. And it was an easy. And this is something that, like, a lot of people probably don't even think about this, but this burns my butt. I guarantee you, if I had taken that car in to have it looked at, somebody would have told me that I owed them like $1,000 easy. Don't you think? That somebody would have taken advantage of me and said, well, this was wrong or that was wrong. And it literally was, the gasket was one rung up from where it should have been.
The O-ring.
Or the O-ring was down. It was down instead of up one lip. That's it. It was the only thing that was wrong with it. 5 minutes in labor. Okay, so you had to know it. So $100, $200 to know it. But I guarantee you somebody would have told me, you got this wrong, you got that wrong, it's gonna be this much. All the while they pulled something off, fixed it, went and had a Coke and a cigarette, and then came back. When they told me what was wrong with it and they fixed it, I was like, I can only imagine if I wasn't blessed to have these guys here to know what to look for and how to fix it. This guy. Because to be quite honest, it was something that Blaze did, so it was good that Blaze learned something as well, because the last time he changed my oil, he wasn't paying attention and he didn't realize it was supposed to be up there. So,
Attention to detail.
yeah. So, I'm very fortunate to have him to know what to look for and how to troubleshoot stuff, and then also to empower Blaze to learn for himself instead of going out on his own and having somebody take advantage
That's how
of him.
I feel about Mark too,
Yeah.
because both of our boys, they learn construction, they learn, all the stuff that goes with homesteading. Michael is now working with Mark, and he's learning electrical.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
my
one of those
main
things.
goal when it came to raising Blaze, and
Especially
really it's the
Blaze,
same
with the girls
with,
too.
it's even more with the girls than it was with Blaze, that he was going to, when he left here, he was going to have as much general knowledge as I could possibly squeeze into that hard head of his. And
Night, Brenda.
and one of the times he looked at me, he was all frustrated. He said, "I am not going to be an electrician when I grow up." I said, "I don't care. You're going to learn it. You're going to." And he caught an attitude with me, and I sat him down. I said, "It's not about you becoming an electrician. It's about you knowing that if you need to change that outlet right there, that it's 35 cents or 50 cents at Home Depot, and it'll take you about 5 minutes. So when the electrician that shows up to your house that does not have integrity and wants to charge you $200 to change out an outlet, you can tell him to go sit on a T-post. And then you can go spend the 50 cents, grab the cheap outlet, bring it back, and have it wired up and fixed." And I said, and it's that way with everything that you're learning here. And it even got driven home more for me to make sure that my girls know everything that I can squeeze into their hard heads, because we used to have a Town and Country minivan. And we needed to put new tires on it. And so I don't have the equipment to put tires on. I changed the serpentine belt, just changed the oil, just got done. I'm going to take it to go get the tires put on for it. So I'm sitting in the lobby, and the little girl from the counter comes back, and she says, "Mr. Rear, there's a problem with the minivan." So what's wrong? She said, "The mechanic says that the serpentine belt is cracked and needs to be replaced, and that there is no fluid in your radiator, and that your battery cable is leaking fluid." I said, and I looked at her, and I said, "Say that last one again, please." And she said, "He says your battery cable is leaking fluid." And I said,
Okay.
"How does fluid come out of a solid copper cable?" And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "Sweetheart, think about it. You work here, so you've obviously changed a battery or two out before." She's like, "Yeah." I
How
said,
does
"What
that
connects
happen?"
to the battery?" She's like, "Well, it's that
Cable.
cable." I said, "Do you know of any fluid that goes through that cable?" She's like, "That's a good question. Let's go ask him." And so we went out there, hooked around,
I love
and
my
as
husband.
soon as that mechanic laid eyes on me, it was like the weasels from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And I walked up to the car, or the front of the thing, and I looked down, and I seen all the antifreeze that I just got done putting in that radiator.
And you bumped it just to make sure.
Yeah, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't seeing things, and I seen it move. And I said, "So I want to know what fluid's coming out of my solid copper cable." He's like, "That's not what I meant. I was telling her about the corrosion." There was a little bit of the corrosion on there. I said, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And I said, "Where's the crack in the brand new serpentine belt that I just put on like 10 minutes before I got here?" And he's like, "Well, it's underneath." I said, "Lift it up. I want to see it." And he's like, "Well, no, our insurance things won't do that." And I said, "Oh, okay." And I stuck my finger in the radiator and I flinged it in his face. And I said, "So this is the point where either you're going to admit that you're a liar, or you just illegally did something to my vehicle without my permission. So which one are you?"
Because you just said there wasn't any fluid in here, and it's full, so tell me.
And about that time, I looked around, the little girl was gone when I started. Was the moment that I said the serpentine belt that I just put on,
Put it up in the air, she was gone.
She was gone. Next thing I know, the manager
of the
came
store.
around, and he seen me fling that in his face, and he heard what he said. He said, "Mr. Beer, Mr. Beer, Mr. Beer." He goes, "Let's talk.
We got free tires.
We got
We got free tires
and a free oil change."
And he was about ready to, like, because see, the area that we lived in before was a very, very much the good old boy society. So everybody rubs elbows with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Jason played football with a guy that was a prominent attorney in the area who was also a judge in our town. We
were a 4A school, and back then that was a big. I mean, there were 700 people in my class our freshman year, and so we're a big school, and we had
professor, that technician lost his job.
And and a lot of people stayed in that area. A couple of us joined the military, went off, and came back. And so there wasn't many people that I didn't play football or drank beer with on a Friday night growing up on either the Columbia County Sheriff's Department, the Richmond County Sheriff's Department, that was a lawyer or that was already a sitting judge. And it was one of those things that, and I told him, I said, this is not done. I am telling everybody I know
to not
come here because all he seen was minivan, and he thought female.
Soccer mom. Yep.
He thought soccer mom, he thought female, and I said, I'm telling everybody.
Yep.
And
so I don't know how to pronounce their name, but is it Waka Tamika? They're the ones that we met at the Meyer Hatchery thing. So, hey guys.
What's going on?
So anyway, go ahead.
Mountain Life, Montana.
Yes.
That's the folks that invited us to come move out to Montana and start.
I love how Waka Ika. Well, okay. Ika, not Ika. Okay, cool. So, yeah, Jason went around, and that was the thing, is we went to the attorney, we were like, what do we, what could we do? He's like, it's not even, you got $600 out of them for your tires, and of course you're not going back, so, but yeah, it was pretty bad. But I was floored that the audacity of somebody to take that much advantage out of just thinking it was a female. And I would have known enough about the battery cable. Like they have kept me in the loop on everything. Like even when that happened, we saw the ring, I was looking on this picture, looking on that picture, and we picked it out together. That shouldn't be there. It should be up here. Go try it, and let's cross our fingers and hope to God that that's what it is. And it was funny because I had to pick on him. The next morning, I took it to work, and I got off at 12, and so I was like, well, I'm getting ready to come home. He's like, hold up, before you do that, check your oil, make sure that it's okay. I checked my oil, told him, I said, oil's fine, I'm good to go. And he was like, well, did you take it out and rinse it, wipe it off and put it back in? I'm like, are you kidding me? I know how to check my oil. Like, you taught me. I know how to check my oil. Well, did you wipe it down with a napkin first before you stuck it back in there and look at it? Yes, dear, I did. Have you planted your sorghum yet?
No. We're going to wait till next year.
Yeah. So.
We're going to wait till next year.
Yeah, we're going to wait till next year. Yep, come on up to Montana. Plenty of room in our mountains. Mary Hurt knows me. I believe Robin hates being cold. Yes. But I will tell you, sorghum, on the thing about, I'll read that in a second, about sorghum, it's growing all around us. In Anderson, right outside of Anderson, they're growing patches and patches and patches of sorghum.
Isn't that what our neighbor grows?
So we know that it will definitely do. So.
Yeah, our neighbors across the way from us, they grow sorghum right over there. It's just pretty good.
Oh, October is going to be super busy for me. We got the Homesteaders of America, and then Single Dad Homestead, Chris, and myself and Jeremiah from Roots and Refuge. We are supposedly going on an elk hunt out in Utah. So I don't think I'll be able to make it up to Ohio in October. As much as I would love to. But I do need to get up with you and talk with you because I am thinking about doing something a little bit different, and I need to line up some things is the best that I can say. But we need to get off right now, and I'm going to ask everybody to go over to Single Dad's Homestead's channel. He's fixing to pop on in a few minutes and go live from the Louisiana Bash, and he's going to have a very special guest that needs, you guys just need to be over there.
Just go over there and say hi.
Go over there and say hi, tell him Big Bear sent you, and we're going to eat dinner
Yep.
and fellowship some more and have a great time.
No, that's not. It's not a tree. It's a plant that. You're talking about sorghum, right? Is that what you're talking about? No, it's like a plant that's got the little. Anyway.
Kind of looks a little bit like corn when it starts.
Yeah, it does,
Mini
and it
corn.
really does, because even the little thing right there kind of looks like how when the corn comes out, the tassels. Yeah. It goes like this. It grows up like this, and it
Okay,
goes.
so this is us reminding you
I
to
have an awesome.
plant smiles
Grow giggles.
and
Harvest love.
Harvest some love. Single Dad is live. You guys go on over there. Be kind to one another. You don't know what that person is going through. Repurpose, reuse, recycle. And God bless. And we will see you guys
Next week.
next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And don't forget to go over to Wanderlust Homestead and subscribe.